Good morning, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us today to walk through the Geotab and Lytx Surfsight solution. My name is Aaron Castle. I am a account manager with Advantage One, and I'm happy to walk through the products and talk about the offer that Geotab is promoting today. Go ahead and share my screen and we will jump right in. Jordan, can I just confirmation that you can see my screen?
Yes, I was able to see it. It looks like it's now went gray, however. Oh, there, it's back now.
Okay. Excellent. All right. So to begin, want to introduce you to the Lytx Surfsight camera and discuss the integration with my Geotab, discuss some of the functionality of the camera, some of the features you have through the integration with Geotab rules and the Geotab map features, as well as discuss some of the common challenges we see customers face when implementing a camera solution, looking at both the government space as well as the private sector. As well as talk about some unique use cases where cameras may come into play for our customers. I think it's no secret that Geotab supports multiple cameras. There's a lot of options on the market today. And with Advantage working with Geotab for almost 15 years, we've seen all shapes and sizes come through. Many cameras on the market offer multiple solutions. Most offer integrated AI tools, even some that can do AI learning. Finding the right balance of features with a product that is also improving constantly, as well as coming in at a competitive price point is really our focus. And in working with cameras throughout the years, we are focusing on products that we know are reliable and consistent and have a very low turnover. And the Surfsight camera is one of those products. So to start, let's talk about the logistics of the camera and the installation, because that's one item that we find very important when we're talking about a camera solution. We have camera solutions that can be installed through 3-wire installations. We have camera solutions that can be installed through a fuse box, as well as cameras that can be installed through the Geotab Go device. And one of the benefits of the Surfsight camera is that you do have some options. Our recommended option is to install directly to the Geotab Go device. I will give you an example of that here. We'll take a look at the camera and some of the details in a moment here, but one of the key items when we're looking at installation, again, is the ease of getting power to the device and the installation process. I have one of these cameras installed in my personal vehicle, and we'll be seeing some of the demo footage today from that. Installation, first time, took me about 10 minutes to install the camera, get everything calibrated. Install the device connected to the IOX port on the side of the device. If you have existing Geotab devices with IOX peripherals, so say NFC fob readers or other types of peripherals, you would be able to daisy chain that connection through that micro USB port. So installation is quite fast and quite efficient. The cabling comes with about 3 feet of cabling by default. There can be some expansion as well if needed, and that allows for threading the cable through the dash or the side paneling, the door jamb paneling, and other paneling to be able to access below the dashboard, and that's where we then connect to the IOX cable, which adds another about 2 feet to 3 feet of cabling. So in total, you would see about 6 feet of cabling that you would have with the opportunity to expand if needed. Okay. Going back to the actual camera itself, the Surfsight AI-12 has both a road and driver facing camera option, as well as a panic button that drivers can press to trigger an event that could be used for panic, or it could be used to capture a video event ad hoc. The road-facing camera is probably the most commonly used feature. Some organizations do want to capture driver-facing as well. That is one of the biggest conversations around implementing cameras, is whether or not we have the buy-in or social licensing, you could say, to deploy driver-facing cameras. Okay. We'll touch on some of the features of and benefits of both. But I do want to point out that for organizations that are concerned about the driver-facing camera, because there is a lens that's facing the driver, there is an optional cover that can be included that does cover the driver-facing lens so that it is completely blocked and there's no concern for possible recording driver-facing events. Okay. Need to point out that the camera does include both. It's not a modular option where you have the option to add on the driver-facing camera. It is both road and driver-facing by default. There is also a screen available, and that screen gives the option to configure some of the settings if you enter in the correct password, which in most cases that screen is locked down through password protect, as well as the ability to give visual indicators of exception events and recording events that have occurred. Um, it's a way to communicate to the driver that an event has happened through flashing a symbol on the screen. So for example, a seatbelt, eating or drinking in the cab, maybe a lane departure. There's a variety of different symbols that are flashed up on the screen that indicate to the driver that a event has been captured. Now that can be disabled if not needed. We have seen multiple uses of this screen. In some cases, it's completely blocked out. In some cases, customers want to communicate to the driver that events have occurred. In addition to that, there is the option for audio alerts. So oftentimes fleets are looking for opportunities to coach drivers in cab through audioable events for exceptions such as tailgating, early lane departure, speeding, other types of events. There is the opportunity to send audible alerts through this camera as well to drivers. Just talking on the technical specifications, the road-facing camera by default is at 720p. It is clear enough HD footage, which we'll be able to see in a minute, that gives you good indication of what is happening. The reasoning behind having a 720p camera as opposed to say 1080 or 4K is video storage. We find that that's kind of the sweet spot for having quality video recorded, being able to identify clearly in the video frame all events. Don't necessarily need to have the events popping out at you like a 4K TV would, but it's allows for a substantial amount of data to be stored on the device and without being overwritten. So speaking of recording, by default, the camera does come with a 128 gigabyte SD card, and that is sufficient for recording roughly 100 hours of driving footage. And just to give an idea of how all cloud-based dash cams work, commercial grade dash cams, I should say, work is that there is an SD card internally, and the data is recording constantly based on driving events or live stream. And based on the rules that are set up in Geotab for your user-defined rules or for your camera-based rules, video clips are recorded and captured and brought over to your My Geotab interface for viewing. You have the option to go back historically and view events on the live map or on the trip history, I should say, for any time point within the period that video is still on the SD card. Okay. Now that if we look at some common use cases, let's say in the government space, maybe sanitation. Let's say a common complaint from the public is that my garbage bin was not collected. Let's say that you are going back historically to investigate a claim that something was not collected. You could go back on the trip history and view that video clip for that date and time, even though an exception rule wasn't created. The SD card size determines how long you can go back historically to view that information. So when we consider about 100 hours worth of driving on a 128 gigabyte SD card, you would have roughly around a week to 2 weeks of video that you can go back. I should point out that you can upgrade the SD card. While it does come with a 128 gigabyte card, you can go all the way up to a 512 gigabyte SD card. They're relatively inexpensive. That is not something that we sell, but we can work with you to find a vendor to get that as an upgrade, and that would give you a significant increase in your ability to record. So, roughly around 3 times, close to 4 times the size. That would give you the ability to get close to 300 plus hours of video footage that you could go back historically and view. That would benefit certain industries. Like, use the example of the government space to be able to go back and investigate claims, and also be able to download those video clips to my Geotab based on that time frame. Okay, so key point is that you can upgrade the SD card from the default card that's included. All right. So next I will go into the video tools within my Geotab. And if you logged into Geotab recently, you would see that there's a video recordings field that has been added recently. That video recordings field is kind of the home for anything related to video. You will also see information for the video tools underneath the assets page. So if you go into the assets page here, and I'll just go back, you'll see that there's a video devices tab now, and all of your video devices will be listed here. You'll see at the top of the screen, you have this add video devices. And this allows you to add either single or multiple devices in the same manner that you add your vehicles and your assets with your Go devices. When you're adding the Surfsight camera, you're pairing it to the Go device that it's associated with. It's a simple addition process, easy to set up, and it creates a profile specifically for that device. It knows that this camera is installed in my vehicle, which I've called Night Pony. It tells me that currently the camera is in standby mode because I haven't driven today. It would also give you the opportunity to see the status of that camera. Okay. Going back into some of the video features here, if I go into the video rules, or where is it here? Video rules. This is where you can configure the upload settings. So I mentioned before, you have the option to upload video clips based on your Geotab user-defined rules, as well as the camera-specific rules. Okay, so what that means is there's specific rules that I've created. Let's say that in Geotab, I have a seatbelt undone rule. I have a DVIR defect, probably not a good example, but any of the rules that we have set up in Geotab, and I'll just go there quickly, just so I can remember. Any of the rules that we have configured on your rules page in Geotab can be enabled within the tool to be able to capture those video clips. You can also create custom rules as needed. Key point with this solution is that it's not just the camera-based rules for tailgating, lane departure, driver-facing events. It's capturing and uploading video clips for your Geotab-based rules. Okay. If we go down here a little bit further, these are all the different rules that I have. There are some advanced rules that are related specifically to the camera. Things like smoking in cab, camera shaking, if a driver has entered an incorrect PIN, if the camera has been unplugged. Those are all rules that we can set up to capture events as well. Okay. Going into the asset page here, if we go to the specific vehicle, this is where we can configure the settings even further. So going into the vehicle itself, this is on a camera by camera basis. This can be applied across your entire fleet for all cameras, or you can configure the settings down to the individual camera that you have deployed. Just some general ideas here, concepts. You have the distance, time format, a sleep mode as well. You identify what side of the camera driver's seat the camera is installed on. Camera does have the option to record audio. So if that is something that is of value to you, you can record audio. Now keep in mind, when we're looking at what information is recorded, the live video feed is constantly recording. If you're adding audio as well, that's more data that the SD card is recording. And so your recording hours would be reduced if you enable the recording audio function. Device alerts, that allows you to send audio alerts to the cab when certain rules are broken. You also have the option to enable live streaming. You also have the option to notify the driver. So on the screen, the driver would be notified that you are live streaming. And then you also have the option to turn the driver-facing camera on and off. Okay, so these features that you see, these are pretty common across the board when it comes to dash cams that we support. The next features here really are helpful when it comes to the Surfsight camera specifically. And these are actions that are you're able to perform remotely without having to go and interact with the camera. Okay, so let's say, for example, wake up camera. And I'll use that as an example. If I go to the live map right now, this is where I'm currently parked. If I go into my video settings, I can click live video. The camera is currently in standby mode because I haven't driven today. If I go into the video settings here, I can click wake up camera, and I can tell the camera to wake up. Okay. If I go back to my my activity here on the map, I can refresh this, and I can request a live stream of the camera even when the ignition is not on. And this should update here if it is functioning. It was working right before I got on this call, but that is a feature that is built in. You would be able to see the live video footage even when the ignition is turned off through the feature of waking up the camera. And that is something specific to Surfsight that is a value add. It looks like this is not functioning, so I do promise it works, but I don't know why it's not working right now. When the camera is on, when you are driving, you have the option to go in through the vehicle's profile or on the live map and tap in to live view as if you were sitting as the passenger and view exactly what the driver is seeing. You have a live real-time view of the video footage right from the camera. Okay. So that's a benefit. Some of the other items as well, if you need to calibrate the sensor, you can calibrate remotely. You can unpair from this asset. If let's say you're decommissioning the vehicle, you want to swap the camera into a new vehicle, you unpair from this particular asset. You can retrieve data usage, see how much data the camera's streaming and using. Some of the live action, you can reboot the camera directly if you're running into an issue. If something fails, or you can remotely reboot the camera without having to go out and unplug the power source and plug it back in. You can also calibrate the camera's accelerometer if you're getting, let's say, false positives for accelerometer-based events from the camera. And then you can also format the SD card. So it's rare, but SD cards may fail at some point, and you can reformat the SD card remotely. You can also format the card if you were to install a new upgraded size SD card from there. A couple of the other event detection items. So if we look at some of the features here, the possible accident, general driver concern, so that's the SOS button, cell phone usage, the cover has been opened, distracted driving, seatbelt, food and drink, camera is shaking, lane weaving, so that's forward facing, lens obstruction, unbelted passenger, so it can actually detect if the passenger is not wearing a seatbelt through the driver facing camera. If power's been disconnected, if drivers are smoking in the cab, they can detect smoke. Tailgating events, entering the wrong PIN code, and yawning. So potential driver fatigue as well is all captured. So you have the option to configure that as well as configure the settings even more detailed. So not only are you turning on the ability for lane weaving, you're saying I want the system to flag a lane weaving event when a driver has crossed 2 lanes within 10 seconds. And you're getting down to that level of detail of how you define the different rules for the ADAS sensor. And then you can enable alerts as well. So audio alerts coming from the camera, which will produce beeps, as well as the visual alert, which will be a symbol on the screen that indicates to the driver that a video event has been captured. Okay. All right. Taking even a step further, when we look at some of the rules that are created, so let's say you have a rule for distracted driving, you have full control over what video footage is uploaded. So you can configure for the video upload how much time you want included. So you have the pre-event and the post-event capture period. So right now, by default, it's taking 5 seconds of video footage and it's uploading that in a clip. You can configure it even further. So let's say I want to see, 5 seconds before, or maybe even 15 seconds before the video for the distracted driving event was captured, and then I want to also see up to 15 seconds after the distracted driving event. So, in theory, you could have up to 40 seconds of video clip that's being uploaded from a single event. Again, this level of detail is something that's unique and a feature that that definitely is a value add for Surfsight, being able to configure these settings of how you want the video to be uploaded. Okay. So going back to our video events, so this is where you're going to find the video events under the video recordings. And you'll notice most of these clips are 10 seconds. In most cases, you can get exactly what you need in that 10 seconds. I will point out that based on the current configuration, the current settings, these video events will stay on your video recordings with Surfsight for 30 days. So you do need to review these within 30 days. You have full opportunity to download the events. So you can see right here, I can download this video clip for this harsh cornering. And then you can also go back historically, as far as you need to make custom video requests. So these are all rules that have been broken. If you see harsh cornering, seatbelt undone, and then we have the opportunity for, pulling video for when the video button was pressed. And then we also have video clips specifically for custom requests. So this is one. So trip recording is a custom video request for 30 seconds, which I'll show you in a second. And that is how the video recording page is laid out. So just to give you some examples of clarity here, I'll bring it home a little bit here. This is a video recorded in my personal vehicle with my wife and my young daughter. This is a harsh cornering event that happened this last week. We can see we're going through if we look at the front view here, where is it? This is the right one I wanted to show. Okay, I think it is this one right here. There we go. Harsh cornering event. Okay, so we've got a corner we're taking. It looks like it's a fairly high rate of speed. And if you just notice my daughter's car seat here, you'll see as we're taking the corner, car seat shifting there. We had just taken it out because there was some yogurt that was spilled. We had to wash it. It wasn't tightly mounted in the back, but just by watching this video alone, taking a corner at a high rate of speed, we can see, I was able to see that there was some movement from the car seat. We went immediately and tightened the car seat so we don't have that much movement in the cab, but this is just a good example of some of the video footage. It's quite a cloudy and overcast day, so it is, but it's still clear enough to be able to see the information that we need for both road-facing and driver-facing footage here. I'll just give you a couple other examples here. If you go back historically on the trip history, you can click at any point on the map here and pull either a 30-second or a custom video clip. So in this case here, I was going out to the grocery store and almost got rear-ended by someone, or actually run into. I had requested a custom video clip. This video clip that was downloaded in 30 seconds, it gives you an overlay on the trip history of the video. So what we're about to see here, this 30-second clip, is indicated on the trip history in red. So the section of red here is the 30 seconds of driving on the trip history where this event happened. It's quite rainy and dark this evening when it happened, but you can see this vehicle right here is pulling out as I'm coming down, and they clearly don't see me. I'm laying on my horn to the point where they actually ended up touching my vehicle. No damage was there, thankfully, but they did hit me, and I was able to capture that video clip on screen. So that's an example of the ability to go in and pull a custom video clip. Now, of course, that did not generate an exception. If it was a big enough impact to generate an exception for a collision, it would have pulled that video clip immediately into the video recordings. But again, I have the opportunity to go in to the trip history and pull a custom video clip from any point that I want to see. So this function is what is used quite commonly in a lot of government opportunities or in the government space. Public complaints coming in, say for waste or other areas. Delivery companies oftentimes want to see when the video is, or when the vehicle is stopped, if the driver got out of the vehicle. There's a lot of different use cases where being able to go in and pull custom video clips are needed. Again, how far back historically I can go to make those video calls is completely related to the size of the SD card. And again, by default, 100 hours is where you can go back. Once you made that custom video request, it does go into your video recordings, and then you have 30 days to download those video clips before they are removed. Okay. All right. So some of the features there. Want to just touch on a couple other items as well for deploying. So not only are we providing a really good solution here, we are also partnering with you to provide some job aids around, say, driver orientation. Buy-in is always a big challenge when you're deploying a camera solution. Especially if you're looking at driver-facing lens, not just road-facing. So we do have some recommendations and guides around what to focus on when you're doing your driver orientation, some of the challenges, some of the positives, some of the benefits of the solution. And we actually even have a course offering that you can take on, how to deploy a solution to your drivers. We also have a job aid related to union challenges. So in the government space, oftentimes navigating around union concerns are valid, and some of the best practices and learnings from addressing union concerns as well. So there is a course specifically on that, and tackling that common challenge. All right, so going back to the promotion that's on right now, traditionally Surfsight has been offered as a CapEx model where there's a upfront purchase cost. Through the current promotion that Geotab is running for existing customers, if you were a customer as of January 2025, there is a 3-year promotion with a significantly reduced cost. That includes all of the hardware and the monthly subscription for the camera, all in one low price. I won't mention the price directly. You can work with your Advantage customer success rep or account manager to get that specific pricing, and we'll be able to provide more information specific to your use case. So that is the Surfsight solution in a nutshell. I will mention that there is an advanced reporting tool called Go Analytics as well that integrates with Dashcam solutions to bring in advanced driver safety scoring and a coaching mechanism as well that ties in with the video clips. So if certain events are encountered, there's a whole coaching model that ties into it where a manager can sit down with the drivers. That is also included in a discounted rate if there's interest in looking at some more advanced analytics around driver safety and video information. We can get into that with your customer success rep and give you more information. So with that, we'll draw it a conclusion of today's overview. And if you have any questions, you can ask in the chat now. If not, we'll in the session, and you can reach out to your customer success rep or your account manager and find out more information on pricing and availability. All right, if there's no questions, we'll call it a day. Thanks everyone for your time and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you so much.